Hey everyone, I am Coach Linda, and this is 100 Days of Purpose. Um, Life has been interesting, and so we missed Friday and Saturday. So we're just picking up where we left off, and we're going to plow right ahead. Don't want to belabor the time, but today we're going to talk about it all begins with you. Um, there is a misconception that we need other people to catapult us or to be the catalyst for making us live the way that we need to live or do what we need to do. And that's just not truth. That's not truth at all. Um, we have got to make up in our minds that we want to do it because it's the right thing to do. Um, and when we make up our minds that it's the right thing to do, we have to ask ourselves, what's the best way to get it done? Um, and all of that is housed within us. All of that is something that we have to look at and we have to understand and we have to um, just really grab a hold of. And the only way that that can happen is we do the work. When we do the work, when we're strategic and intentional about what it is that we're trying to accomplish, and we set guidelines and we set boundaries, um, we can then achieve what it is that we want to achieve. And sometimes it may be a little bit of push and pull, right? It may be a little give and take, but we can accomplish it. And it begins with your mindset. It begins with you thinking that you can. Henry Ford said it this way: whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. Um, and that's important. That's really important to know, because we allow other people to tell us what we can and cannot do. And then we either buy into it and believe it, or we tell ourselves that we can't do it and we can't change, or we're too old, or we're too young, or we're too this, or we're too that. We come up with all kinds of excuses of why it can't happen. But at the end of the day, it really takes us. It really takes us thinking about what it is we want, thinking about what it is that we can do. Um, and then making that happen. It begins with us. There's a lot of ways to get things done, but everything begins with you, right? It's they say there's a million ways to skin a cat. There's more than one way to skin a cat, but the job is the cat has to get skinned, right? So you have to pull the skin off the cat, and however you choose to do it, your choice has to be made. You have to make that choice. And it's simple. And so today is not going to be a real drawn out process, because it's really simple. There's no other way. I don't know how many other more times I can say it starts with you. It begins with you. It begins with your mindset. It begins with you making up your mind that this is something that you want to do. It's you saying either I can or I can't. I'm right. Right. And so if I can, then I might as well do it. If I can't, then I might as well do it. And that's what it boils down to. That's the bare. I mean, stripping everything away. Out of all the things that I've said over these 100 days, it begins with you. It begins with your mindset. It begins with how you feel about you and how you feel about what it is that you are supposed to do. It's understanding who you truly are, who are the people you're supposed to engage with and connect with, and who are the people that are supposed to be at different levels in your life, and at what level are you supposed to be in their lives. And that's what being a person of purpose is. That's what it's all about. is being strategic and intentional in every area of your life, in everything that you do, and recognizing that the good of it comes from you. It comes from you. And so you just have to make up your mind. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. And the reasons why I'm going to do it never change. The reasons why, the how, the when, the where, the what may change, but the why will always remain. And once you understand that, once you can engulf that, once you can wrap your mind around that, embrace it, if you will, then you will see it can be done, right? You'll see that. Um, and it can be done, but you got to make sure you're doing it the right way. So it can be done, but I have to make sure that I'm doing it the right way. It begins with me. It begins with my talents. It begins with my skill. It begins with my determination. It begins with what I say to me, right? It doesn't matter what other people say to me. It's what I say to myself. So go out there and be great. Remember, only those that can see the invisible can achieve the impossible. And I want you to dare to be you and let the world, excuse me, let the world adjust.